What's up, Pyro Nation? John back here. This is my setup for our birthday / Labor Day shoot. I do have a couple small fountains. I'm going to set up a small fountain board first. We're going to start the show with that. We're going to hit a fan Roman candle rack. We got some Thunderballs. I think 10 ball with bang in there. And then we're going to come in. We're going to hit the 200 gram boards. All this stuff is going off cake by cake. That way I can get a good idea of what product I have, you know, the performance of each one, how everything looks, and then all the doubles. You know, this board's going to go first, and we're coming into this board, and then after all the cakes are done going off by themselves, we're going to start doubling stuff up, get a little bit faster. Doubling up, and then here we got 3 tied together, AF1, Burn It Down, Golden Willow. That'll end out the 200 gram boards. Then we come into 500 gram board, Dark Horse, Ultimate Aquarian, Fatal Error. Once Fatal Error is done, we'll come into the finale. I got the 30 shot rack, I got that set to go vertical. We're shooting in tight, a tight area to shoot in. We got 30 shot rack, and then this is a 40 shot rack here. Got a mix of the rest of the X-Cals I had, threw them all in there because they're honestly junk. I was not impressed with X-Cals at all. So we got X-Cals, Big Pro shells, Reaper shells, Black Diamond shells, and Crushing It super shells. Just kind of gonna daisy chain everything. This is kind of how I'm fusing it. Just, you know, lay everything over top of each other here. Theoretically, I wouldn't need a fuse if you're just gonna do a 10 shot rack. As long as the leader off the shell is long enough, you won't really need a fuse, but I would suggest putting that in there anyway, just as a backup. And then at the end here, I have 2 King Brocade shells from Big Pro shells. Those are going to go off at the same time. I'm going to give like a 3 to 4 second pause at this point in the fuse from this last shell, and then another 3 to 4 second pause. And we're going to be putting up Super Willow and Super Titanium Willow Crushing It shells. And hopefully these shells are going to just kind of hang, you know, and just put a nice cap on the show. But, you know, I guess I want to show you something here real quick. I was kind of in a hurry gluing all this stuff down, and I know I should have cut all the paper off the bottom of every cake before I glued it, just to make it more secure, because these things get to rocking, you know, and that's what happens when you don't take the paper off. The paper sticks, but the cake doesn't. I mean, every single one's going to be like that. Those cakes are not going to stay in place, you know. If it gets to rocking and going to fall over, that glue is not going to do anything for it. So I'm going to go back through here, cut all this stuff off, re-glue everything again, and yeah, I still got to fuse all the 200 gram stuff up. Well, re-glue everything and then fuse everything up, and then we'll be ready to go. Should be a pretty decent show. Trying to keep it small. You know, we're shooting in our neighborhood. I want maybe a 6-7 minute show at the most. You know, people still do have to work, and not everybody loves fireworks around me, so keep it short and sweet. Yeah, it still should be a pretty good show though. So next time, I guess we'll go out to the shoot site and let you guys see everything set up, and then the show. So have a good night, guys.